My name is Brian Ladani, PS Digital. Kevin Kulner's here as well. We're a local full-service digital marketing agency. We're in Hauppauge. We do everything from logo design to advanced marketing. But let's talk more about you guys and how you can help yourselves. 7 steps to build. There's actually way more than 7, but we'll break it down into 7 areas: creating an account, campaigns versus ad groups, targeting audiences, budgets and bidding, keywords, negative ad copy, extensions, conversions, and so on. There's a lot more than that, but those are the general topics we're going to be discussing today. Google Ads, where were we here? This is what a search engine results page. So if you see SERP, S-E-R-P, search engine results page, there's Google Guarantee is at the top. It's pay per call. Here goes your pay per click, which is your Google Ads, which is SEM or PPC. There's multiple names for it. Pay per click, search engine marketing, Google Ads, same thing. That's what we're going to be discussing. Map listings is your Google business profile. It used to be a map listing. Now it's a Google business profile. They just renamed it. And then it goes your organic is in the middle of the page, search engine optimization for organic. And then there's Google Ads at the bottom of the search engine results page. Some things you want to have in place for a successful Google Ads campaign. Your Google business profile is huge. You could link that to your Google Ads campaign. So depending on what your Google Ads looks like, for example, do a search for yourself. I'm just going to do PS Digital. This is your Google business profile. The reviews are huge. If you're brick and mortar, you're definitely going to want to link this to your Google Ads campaign, and I'll show you how. So make sure you have one. Make sure you have access to it. Make sure it represents your business properly with reviews, with the website button working, directions, replying to reviews. That's a whole different topic, getting into the business profile, how to optimize that. The main takeaway here is to have access to it via an email address of yours and also focus on those reviews. Okay. Convertible website. Now, there's so many websites, there's so many businesses out there that may do this on their own, and they actually never take a look at what their website. Realize when we do this Google search and we find an ad over here, if I click this ad, that's when that customer is going to pay for it, and it goes to their website. Your website, when putting this campaign together, you want to make it highly convertible. And what that means is call to action phrases. Take a look at it, what it looks like on the desktop, and more importantly, take a look at what it looks like on the mobile device. A majority of your traffic you're going to be generating, people are going to be coming in from your mobile device. And I'll show you some examples of convertible websites. For example, Andy Sabota will have book a lesson, meeting, gotcha bed bugs. You'll see form fill here, review us, send message, let's work together, learn more. Anthony's Reglazing, for example. This is a highly convertible website, meaning there's lots of call to action phrases or buttons throughout the website. If you want me to take a look at your website before you put one of these campaigns together, please feel free. I'll critique it, because the biggest problem people have is building a beautiful campaign, but driving it to a website that just does nothing. This is, one second. So anyway, you want to make sure your website is highly convertible. That's my point. Now, this is your service areas. What things you want to keep in mind before building a campaign? What services you want to promote your business? If you're a pool company, you want to put in order of importance, because your budget's the amount of services you want to promote for will dictate what your budget should be. If you want to, and put this in order of importance, I want to do pool openings, pool liners, leak detection, and draw that list down, because you're probably going to, depending on what your budget is, you want to start with the top ones first. Same thing with service areas you want to promote. Where do you want to, what areas do you want to target for your business? I'm on the East End. I just wanted to target Shinnecock East, or I'm in mid Suffolk. I just want to target Route 110 to Riverhead. Whatever it is, keep in mind, the more services you want to target and the larger the geography, the bigger daily budget you're going to want to allocate. If you have a budget in mind, you could also just kind of, take that budget, and I'll show you how to take that budget in mind and kind of work from the budget down with the geography and the services you want to promote for. So those are basically the service area. These are the services you want to focus on in the service area, and determine what your goals are. If your goals are phone calls, form fills, purchases on the website, stay focused on that. A lot of the home services related businesses focus on two things: form fills and phone calls. That's their main, that's what they want. Or maybe even the texting now. So maybe even selling a product, if you're e-commerce, selling a product online. So get all these thoughts and make sure these are all buttoned up before you build the campaign, which we're going to do today. This is a little information about your Google business profile. This is basically how to optimize it, which we're not going to get into right now. The recipe for a website that converts. I briefly went over that. CTAs are the most important things. Your mobile version of your website is paramount with regards to call now, request a quote, get directions, make a purchase. So keep that in mind. Make sure your mobile version is T's are crossed, I's are dotted, and it's convertible. This is just a couple of more little tidbits you want to do to make sure it converts, but this is a whole different topic. So I'm going to move on to creating an account, which we're all here for. Keep in mind, I'm going to show you how to build the most thoughtful, detailed campaign you can do. But if that business profile is lackluster, if that website is not convertible, this campaign, I would not do a campaign until those elements are fixed, okay? So creating an account, a couple of ways to go about this. You're going to create an account for your own business. We're an agency, just to kind of to describe, we have an MCC account where we handle over 100 Google Ads accounts. I'm going to show you how to build an individual account because you're an individual business. All right, so let's take a look. You could build it directly from your business profile, and we're going to build a campaign. We're going to just take an account, which is, we'll take this one, Prestige. I kind of had a couple of things open already. Prestige Heating, heating and air conditioning services. They're based in Nassau County. They're obviously a client of ours. This is what their dashboard looks like on their business profile. And here you're going to see create an ad. So that's and then sometimes you'll see a $500 coupon or an offer to get started in promoting your business via Google Ads. So here's the business profile. I'm going to click create an ad. And basically we're going to do a new Google Ads account. And poof, here it is. Here's the beginning stages of building the campaign. Now, keep in mind on the top right-hand side, this is super important. If you have multiple email addresses, multiple Google accounts, make sure you remember which account, which email you're opening up this account with, you're creating this account with, because that's the email you're going to use. When we're finished building the campaign, yes, you can invite others to share this account. You can invite others to manage the account. But at the beginning, just be aware of the email address that you're building this off of. I'm going to build off brian.ladani@psdigitalli.com. So here we are. The most important, now there's two different campaigns out there. There's smart campaigns, and then there's an expert mode campaign. Granted, many of you may not be experts, but don't be scared of the expert mode. Highly recommend going that route. The smart campaign, I've seen hundreds of smart campaigns out there. They do not perform well. They're going to, I'm not going to say they're going to completely waste your money, but the expert mode is going to be more efficient, more hands-on, more customizable. You'll have more control over it, which is what you want. And it's pretty easy. So you want to hit this button, switch to expert mode, because by default, Google wants you to open up a smart campaign. So it's kind of like a set it and forget it. It's kind of like I'm too busy doing my thing. Let me just let Google do its magic. You know, that's going to be inefficient. I've seen many campaigns. Google wants you to do it that way so they can get more money out of you and this whole situation. But anyway, here's an option, switch to expert mode. So we click that. And then we're going to start building this account. Actually, it's really called an account. There's 3 levels to it. There's an account, which we're building, and then there's a campaign within the account, and then there's ad groups within the campaign, and I'll get into that. So for example, let's just get rid of this. So we're just going to do, this isn't super important, depends, pretty much all of you are going to be sales, leads, or website traffic. Let's just kind of go with leads for now. This isn't going to make or break your campaign. We're simply setting it up, and we could change this at a later date if need. We could change this right after it's built. We're discussing search. We're discussing search campaigns right now. I should have just put this on mute there. So search campaigns is what we're discussing today. So we're going to hit search. We're going to do website visits and phone calls. So we're going to put this in. We're doing Prestige. So let me just get Prestige's website. We'll do a heating and air conditioning guy. It's fine. Let me just get his website, Prestige, heating. You think I would know it? Prestige heating website. This website. All right, here it is. So this is his website. This is what, so learn more, get a free estimate. This is, all right. So here's oil, gas, hot water heaters, oil tanks. Full gallery, before and after, testimonials. Here comes some. So his website has these pages: oil and gas heating, hot water heaters, oil tanks, whatever it is, it is. This is going to be the premise of our Google Ads campaign. Let me kind of just continue building it, and I'll show you why. We're going to put his website there, so we're just going to copy this, and we're going to put this in here. We're going to hit paste. Okay, telephone number, just follow this example. They always do the, what is he, I think a 516. Where is it? It should be at the bottom somewhere. Let's just grab these last digits, copy. Let's put it in here, pretty straightforward, space, boom, done. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna get into conversions at the end. I'm not gonna really, let's just kind of move on and set up the basics, and then we'll get into that part. So here's your account. Your account number is on the top right, 280-332-2400. The way we have access to this account is with this email address currently, brian.ladani@psdigitalli.com. So now we're building a campaign within our account. You could have multiple campaigns. Let's just build one for now. So when you build a campaign, I mean, I think Leslie mentioned that she has multiple screens in front of her. Yeah, heck yeah. If you know, I don't expect everyone to have 2 screens or 3, but you know, monitors, you know, I recommend getting 2. This way you could, if you're going to build this and manage, you want 2 screens so you could look on one screen here and manage it from another screen. It's just more efficient. So I always have the website on one screen while I'm building this, and I'll kind of mimic what the website sitemap looks like. It's just more of the outline of it. Okay, so let's call this, what does he do? So if I'm building this campaign, he does heating, basically just does heating. I won't leave you in the cold. He's a heating contractor. Okay, fine. So let's call this heating contractor. Heating con, and this was not set up. I kind of just pulled Prestige for the heck of it. So that's a campaign name. It's general. It's a heating contractor. Fine. Networks. We want to do the search network. It'll open up a little bit more than just the current Google. When people are searching on Google, there'll be affiliate sites. That's what this means, more of a search partner sites. Search network is fine. I recommend doing it. Display network, no. We don't want to just waste our money on this right now. So go with the search network. Then here comes locations. You could either do it now. I usually do it at the end when this is set up. I'll go in and edit the locations here, but I'll show you how to do it in this situation. If we want to do another location, he's in Nassau County. Let's target Nassau County. Here it comes up, and there it is. The reach is going to be 2.65, whatever, over 2.5 million. If we want to do zip codes, we could do zip codes 11766 is going to be Mount Sinai. You could target zip codes if you want to do a town. I think he's in Massapequa, and you could just put it in there. And keep in mind, put this here for now, and if you made a mistake, you could always go back and change this, okay? That's why it was important to kind of figure out what areas you want to target going into this, what services you want to promote for going in before building this campaign. Here goes this I usually do number 2 here. People regularly in your targeted areas, your targeted locations. This is presence who are in your targeted locations and who have interest in it. I like 2, it's just a little bit more narrow. I always pick presence, and then exclude, I always do their recommended here. Please, people in your excluded locations, and I'll get into that once this campaign is built. I'll show you how to modify it, really kind of fine tune it. Right now, we're just kind of building it just to get it live, and we'll fine tune it once it is. Not necessarily live, but once it's created. Languages is English. You could change this accordingly, pretty straightforward. Audience segments we'll get into after it's live. Your daily budget. The way Google works is, if we have a client that is $2,000 a month, we'll take 2,000, we'll divide it by 30. There's an average of 30 days in the month. It's $66 a day. So basically, if we put 66, we're telling Google that our budget is $2,000 a month. One day you spend $40. One day you may spend $80. It's going to average out to 2,000. Now, if it may be 2,050, 2,100, it won't really be. It's like ordering from the deli. I want $5 worth of roast beef. If it's a little over, it's a little over, but it's right in that area. If you're underspending, now let's just say you had $200 a day and you can't spend that much. We'll get into that after, once this campaign is built, and you'll be able to take the data and see that you're not spending your daily budget allowance. And there's some things we can do to open up the territory, open up the geography, open up your services, or just decrease the budget if you have to. But once again, if you're not spending the 200, if you're only spending 100 a day, it doesn't really hurt. You're telling Google, I'm willing to spend up to $200 a day on this campaign. So we're at $200 a daily budget. We already went over your daily budget allowance. And now your bidding strategy. For now, when you set up a campaign, just do maximize clicks. This will open up once our Google Ads account is live. But go with clicks right now. Set a max cost per click, and I'll show you how you could determine your industry. This guy is what, a heating contractor. I'll give you an idea of what his average cost per click is going to be. So we want to let's just say it's $10 a click, for argument's sake. I want to put a max. I just want to put something at $20 a click. I've seen accounts where if you don't put this max, Google will take $50 a click. They'll put $100 a click. And if you don't watch it on a daily basis, you just spent like $5,000, and you're like, what the heck just happened? So I always do it by default. I'll take what I see in the keyword planner, which we'll address, and I'll kind of double what the highest per click according to Google would be. For this example, $10, we'll make it 20. And then we'll get into, you could do manual cost per click per keywords and stuff like that. That's later on. But to get this campaign established, go with clicks and put that max. All right, what else we got here? Extensions. This, we'll build extensions. I'll show you how to do that once this is live. The setup process is like, you know, setting up a bank account, and you could fine tune it and stuff like that. Okay, fine. So there's two types of standard and dynamic. Don't worry about dynamic right now. By default, keep it at standard. Here goes your ad group. You have your account. Here's your account number. You have your campaign, which we named heating contractors. Now we're going to have ad groups underneath heating contractors. So the reason why you want multiple ad groups and multiple campaign, it really depends on your website. It all mimics your website. Here's your campaign, is heating service. Here's our ad groups: oil, gas heating, hot water heaters, oil tanks. I'll work. This is just whatever, a gallery. Don't worry about that. And then the news this. So here's our 3 ad groups. Let's just oil and gas heating. I'm going to come over here. Oil and gas heating. Let's just name it that. We could always edit this later. So get oil heating. So heating oil. This is now Google's giving us recommendations on keywords we should that they recommend we should show for. For now, let's just keep one of them for this, and then we'll get into how to build on your keyword list once this is live but paused. We're going to do a phrase match, and I'll explain the difference between the keywords. Let's do save and continue. Here goes your ad. We're going to build. They gave recommendations on the ad right now. Here's the website. We're going to be able to input these 2 display paths. Here goes the multiple. This gets really detailed. For intent, I'm just going to move on, and I'm going to show you how to build all this out once it's here. And we're almost there. Payment information. If you have a promotion code, I highly recommend everyone should have some sort of promotion code. Could save, I think, up to $500. I don't know if they're still doing it right now. I didn't see anything on this business profile page that gave us a $500 credit for opening up this account. So, but kind of keep an eye out for it. I'm going to put in credit card details. I'm just going to move my screen over, and I'm going to shove a credit card in here, and we'll move on. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to pull this over here. 2145118. This, confirm. All right, fine. Zip code 11766. Now this, basically what I'm doing is I'm setting up my credit card with Google, and there's a threshold. Every $500 we go through, they're going to automatically pull 500. You could increase that threshold to over 1,000 if you want to, but every 500 you're going to get swiped on your credit card on this Google Ads account. That's just by default. That's what they do. I'm going to hit submit. It's setting up billing. I'm going to put this over here now. Okay, explore your campaign. And they're always, all right, fine. So this is, we kind of went through the motions to get this set up to this stage. Fine. I usually do it this way because I need to look at it on the big screen, and this is the way I like to make my edits. Keep in mind, once you publish your campaign, it's going to automatically enable it. First thing you better do is pause it. We don't want this to go live right now because we need to adjust the locations, the keywords. We got to build the ads. There's things we have to do. I like doing it at this point. It's just easier. Here's your, once again, here's our campaigns, heating contractor. Here's for our first ad group. If we want to add another ad group, which we are, is going to be the hot water heaters. I'm going to come, where the heck am I? Oh, dear Lord. Here it is. I'm going to just put this over here. I'm going to add another ad group, the hot water heaters. I want to show you what it looks like. Hot water heaters, boom. And we'll just do one. We'll just put in one keyword for now, and then I'm going to get into the keyword planner. We'll have some fun. We'll have some fun building this ad. I mean, there's nothing better than, well, there's better things, but I enjoy building the campaigns. One thing you want to do, this is the ad right now by default. We're just going to hit save and continue. So what we're doing is, here goes two ad groups right now under this campaign heating contractor. Our budget is up here. Whoa, 200 is way too high. Let's do 100. If I want to change it, I change it right there. Now I want to get in, if I double click it, here's the ad group. Now I want to get into locations. So if I hit show more, locations is over here. We got a little crazy, Massapequa, this and that, Nassau County. You know what? You hit the pencil, we're going to edit the locations. There's a couple of options you could do here. Let's get rid of all these and start from scratch. Location, I want Nassau. Once again, we already went through this, boom, done. That's blue. All right, I don't really want all of Nassau. I have a limited budget. I want to do radius. I want to do around 10, 20 miles, believe it or not. If you just actually drop this pin mode 20 miles, look in Garden City, that's a 20-mile radius.
Yes.
If you hit target, you're like, oh my God, what did I do? You could just you could take this down to 5, whatever. You could do a pin mode. We have a pin mode. If you want to zoom in, we can zoom in, pull out. Let's go 5 miles here. This looks good. Who is this? Prestige. He's in like Massapequa. We could do this area. So you could do it by radius or by location. Keep in mind, the bigger the geography, you better have a bigger budget. So let's just do this for example. These are just 2 areas. Let's just drop this down a little bit over here like that. Fine, target. Those are the 2 areas. The reason why you would want to do towns over radiuses, because you'll be able to collect the data on what towns are driving more impressions and more clicks than other towns. So yeah, if you just said, you know what, forget the radius, I want to remove, and I want to do Massapequa. I want to do, I'm on radius there, get rid of this, remove, let's go here. Now we're on location, make sure you switch it. Massapequa. Here, and let's just do whatever, East Seaford, for example. Let's just do 2. Seaford, New York, boom, done. Let's 2 little, this is silly, but you'll never do 2 little towns like that, but let's just move on.
Yeah.
So for example, now this is, see here, you'll be able to see, oh, Massapequa got this many clicks, this many impressions. This was my average cost. There goes Seaford. If we did the radius, it would just show each radius individually, and that would incorporate whatever the 5-mile radius and everything in it. So those are the differences you want to be aware of. Now let's just say you have a location that's getting 0 impressions and 0 clicks. Well, guess what? It didn't cost you anything. You only paid per click. So to pull, let's just say Massapequa was getting 0 clicks. I don't know, keep it in if you want. In the event someone does from Massapequa search for heating contractor or oil tank, whatever our keywords are going to be, you'll be shown. Okay. So it's not really a big deal. So that's locations. One thing I always do, go up to campaigns, and now you'll see the settings tab. You'll have a campaign and account settings. What I always do is go to account settings. And now we never named the account. Oh, dear Lord. So let's name it. We're going to name it, the company name is Prestige. I'm just too lazy. I just kind of copy this.
Paste.
Yeah, copy this. Where are we here? I'm going to name it the name of the company. That easy. Hit save. It'll populate in this section here. If I hit refresh, you'll see on the top right, it's going to say Prestige Heating. Here it is, Prestige Heating. Boom. None of our ads are running, which is good because we're still tweaking. This is where we're fine tuning everything right now. Data protection, you could put your name, primary contact, fill this out. Anything happens with it? No, I just fill it out just to be nice. I play nice with Google. Eastern time zone, this is fine. You'll never be able to change this. This is one thing you'll never change, which we really don't have to, unless you're doing something global or, I mean, we're all in New York, so we're all on Long Island. That's fine. I won't get into that. Auto tagging, we're going to just put, don't worry about that for now. We're keeping this very basic. Exclude content. I always just type, get rid of these tragedy, sensitive, profanity, sexual, sensitive. I just kind of exclude our ads for showing on any of these, like just not related, not where I want to be shown. Is it going to make or break anything? No, but I just do that by default. So that's that. Let's get back into the campaign. Let's go over the campaign settings. I'm looking for leads. It's Keaton Contractor. We're currently paused. Here goes your search. Oh, I made a mistake. I don't want search anymore. You'll still appear on Google, but not the Google partner sites. That's all that means. Just keep in mind, this is just Google search partners. We're still always going to appear on Google, period, because this is a Google Ads campaign. Here's our locations. We already went over that. Boom, maximize clicks. We put the $20 max cost per click bid limit here. Okay. That looks good. Now, let's get into the keywords and building the ads themselves. Okay. And then there's extensions. Oh, keep in mind when building a Google Ads account, it truly does take a full day to do it the right way. So we're just kind of doing it in an hour and a half. So here you go. Here we're going to edit this ad that I saved that was already self-populated. I like designing it from this stage here. It's just easier for me. The website is here. You don't have to change that. That's fine. The path here, keep in mind, let's get out of here. This is going to be the hot water heaters ad group. This needs to be strictly regarding what we do for hot water heaters. We do repairs, sales, service, installations, troubleshooting. Keep that in mind when building this. So hot water heaters, let's go back to the ad and edit it. So we're going to do here, it doesn't matter. You want to do lowercase. If you look at the ad, it's going to be designed over here. You'll see, even if I do a capital here, it's going to be lowercase here. You see the E, and I'll just type out expert. It should slowly, here goes expert. So even if I do capitalize the E, it's going to be lowercase here. So it doesn't matter. I usually just do, I'm a Virgo. I have to just keep it all lowercase I like to do it that way. Expert, what are we, hot water heaters? Let me just I figure hot water heaters, fine. Expert. Let's do like hot water heaters. I would do something like hot dash water and then heaters experts. Let's see if we can. You're limited on characters. So keep in mind, if you're like, oh, I want to say #1 hot water heaters all across Long Island, we have 15 characters here and we have 15 here. The reason why you do a dash between hot and water and heaters and experts is because if you look at this, if I don't do the dash between hot and water, I'm kind of getting very detailed here, but it's going to be an underline. It'll be like that underscore. I don't know. I like the dash. That's why I always put dashes. It just looks, there it goes. There goes the dash. So hot water heater, what did I do? Hot water heater expert. Let's do heater experts. So now, oh boy. We're gonna, this is just, whew, this, usually at this point, I take a break, I take a 5-minute break and I'm teasing. So you have about maybe, I think 15 headlines we're going to insert here. Google, the ad's going to appear here on the right as an example of what it looks like. This is a responsive search ad, meaning that Google's going to take all of our different headlines we put in here, which not exceed more than 30 characters, and they're going to create their own ad for us, depending on the user, depending on what he searches. And so now we want to populate this. So for example, here we go. I want to do, this is what I would just do, kind of #1 hot. This you want to capitalize because this is a direct reflection of what you put in. #1 hot water heater repairs. Okay, 27. Okay, good. Let's do keeping you warm since 1996. Let's keep that. Let's go, for example, proudly serving. I know I'm going too quick now. Serving all of Nassau. Boom, 29. We just made it. Established 1996. Let's just do something fully licensed and insured. I'll just put, so we're filling this up. We're going to put, now there's actually different, I mean, this is The building an ad, there's different, we could do a keyword insertion, we could do a countdown timer if you have a sale, we could do a location insertion. I like the location insertion. Check this out. If you put this in, this is now I'll show you exactly what. This is really cool. So number one, let's just apply. We're going to build it out. Put apostrophe S, hot water heater experts. Now I'm going to pin this. Now you could actually, these responsive search ads, you could pin this to show in certain positions. I want this to be number one position. Okay, so let's see what it looks like. Here it is. So this is the ad that we're building right now on the right-hand side. So what this location insertion means, I'm in Mount Sinai. If I have them, I'm searching for a hot water heater repair. It's going to say Mount Sinai's, here it is, Glen Heads, East Meadows, hot water heater experts. We're going to build multiple ads. We're going to compete one ad versus another, which has a higher click-through rate, which has a higher conversion rate. And then we're going to be able to, we're going to test this. They call that A/B testing. We're testing one ad versus another ad. So right now, let's test this one ad. And we could keep going, I need another at least 20 minutes to build this out. So I'm not going to do that right now. The descriptions, let's just, this is going to be underneath your main squeeze. So for example, this is the ad. What we're building right now is this part. Only 120, look at that capitalization. That's nice. We got that in. Sometimes it gets disapproved when you capitalize. You really can't, but if it squeezes through the system, oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's just, it looks, it's pronounced. Now this here is this description section that's we're going to build out. And these are going to be your extensions, which we're going to get into as well. All right. So this for now, let's just do something silly, whatever, expert installations, hot water heater, pros, serving, Nassau. We have only 9 characters left, Nassau. And then I'll just do serving Nassau. Actually, probably. Oh, we went one over. Now I'll condense this. If God forbid I really want to say something, I want this explanation point here. We gotta get rid of 2 characters. I make sure your ands are using your and sign to kill space. Make sure there's only 1 space after this period. Hot water heat expert installations. Now what I always do is service. I'll do SBCE. Well, boom, now we have extra 1 character. People aren't, like if you see this over here, the SVC here on the right-hand side, where is it? It's just right here. It's still, people see it as service. It's just a quick visual. So anyway, keep within the, well, you have to, otherwise this won't be approved, but keep within the parameters and let's save ad. They're beautifully built. These 2 are competing. This is showing up as well. Now the keywords. And then we got to do extensions as well. But all right, let's get into the keywords. So right now we just made up something silly. Well, it's not, we could probably use this, hot water heaters. Okay. There's 3 types of keywords that you could choose from, is broad, phrase, or an exact. Phrase, broad is very, as it says, is very broad. If you put in like a keyword red bike, your search, you'll add, well, this is where your ad's going to show up for. What keywords do we want to show our ads for? Hot water heaters, let's keep that in mind. That's all we're focused on right now. But broad is the bike example, a red bike. You'll show for red bicycles. You'll show for like red tricycles, very broad. I don't like it, it's too broad. I'd rather kind of exact. I would do maybe your company name and exact name. But when you start off with a Google Ads campaign, do a phrase match. We'll be able to go in once we collect the data after the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th week as we're managing this account. We'll be able to find out what people are actually searching, what keyword phrases they're searching. And then we could fine tune our phrase match by getting rid of certain keywords that we don't want to show for. let me just show you negative keywords here. Negative keywords we don't want to show for is employment. We don't want to employment, applications, maybe free. We'll do phrase match on this too. We'll keep all these free. And there's a way you could do the phrase at the end, free. We don't want to show for, you know, I'm making up things, California. We don't want to show for Brooklyn, something. Any searches that have the word Brooklyn in it means that we're not going to show for. Any searches that have the word free in it. I'm looking for a free hot water repair guy. The word free isn't it? When our ads will not show. I'll make these phrase match. What phrase match means is, let me just kind of finish this. And then this negative keyword list will always be added to as the campaign is running. Let's hit save. Search keywords. I'll get back to the phrase match. What this phrase match means is if I search, I am looking for the best, here it is, hot water heater, repair dude near me. Doesn't matter. The fact that here's the phrase hot water heater, that phrase match, the fact that we have quotations around it is going to have us show for this query. So you don't have to have hundreds or thousands of different keywords. But once again, if these three combination, hot water heater, anything before or after it, we're going to show for, done. It's going to show for hot water heaters near me, hot water heater repair near me. Anything that this combination, any words in front or after this combination, your ad will show for. That's what this means, phrase match. So let's keep it. That's fine. Now let's go to keyword planner. Let's find some other keywords that we could show for that we may not be aware of. So we're going to go here. We're going to go to keyword planner. We're going to discover new keywords. We're going to type in, we know, we're hot water heater. Let's put that in by default and see how many searches are going on. So this is the planning stages, the strategy phases of building the campaign. We're going to get results, but now keep in mind, this is United States and we're only doing that. So let's change this right now to see what Google says, the amount of people searching for hot water heaters on the monthly basis, average monthly searches for these keywords. And here's going to be keyword ideas for us. We could put the general keyword in here, hot water heaters, and then it's going to give us an example of ideas. Now, I mentioned too, this is the low range and high range of this average cost per click. Don't go run to the bank with this or anything, but pretty much let's just call it anywhere from $1 to $6, maybe even $6 or $7. So we could go back to our max cost per click. We put at 20, and we may want to drop it down to, double this, 6, 12, maybe $13, or maybe even 15 for the heck of it. So we could decrease. That's where you get the average cost per click. And this is depending on what service you are. We're using this as an example. If you're a tree service, whatever it is, you put it in here. I'll just show you. We could add tree service. Let's just see. Tree service or tree. We could even do tree removal. You could add as many tree removal. Let's just do that. And then they'll actually show you, this is anywhere from $6 to $14, $6 to $31. I know doing tree removal, 31 is way high. I mean, we run lots of tree service campaigns. They probably max out around whatever, $6, $7, $8, but that's an efficient campaign. But Google is saying, you can pay upwards of $31. So let's get rid of those two words for this demonstration. So, and then let me wrap it here, hot water heater. So here goes these keyword ideas. And this is the average monthly searches. We could break this down to what the most referenced are. So tankless water heaters, electric water heaters, ream water heaters. We could probably just do water heater as a phrase match because all these searches will show for the water heater. So you can do that. Let's go back to here. Let's go back to this. Now, even if you want to do it from this stage, if we want to add, you could even do it over here too. The product, hot water heaters, is here. Let's add this hot water tank. Let's do maybe the repairs. And I'm kind of going quick. Maybe there's someone's looking for a cost. They're probably looking for a hot water heater. Pretend we're just selling hot water heaters right now. Blah, I'm just adding things. Okay, boom, let's hit save. All right, fine. Oh man, they're all broad. They're all broad match because there's no phrase. All right, so we could just do this, edit, go to change match types, change match, broad, change this to phrase, and hit apply, and boom, it'll change all of them. And it'll put the quotations in front and after. Keep in mind, all of these could be lowercase. It just bothers me when things aren't consistent. I know I did this. It was kind of bothering me. And then as we slowly, we have 15 minutes. I'm going to kind of break this down. Well, where the heck am I going here? Let's go to here. Boom, this. So when people start searching, when your ads start showing here, you go to overview. Well, this is what it looks like. So this, you could change the time period up here. Let's just do the last 30 days. So here, his budget, if we go to his campaign, he only has one campaign with 2 ad groups. Here, private golf lessons. This is pretty straightforward. His budget's $47 a day here. This is his cost he spent over the past 30 days. Average cost per click is $1.38. Click-through rate is here. Impression share is 21%. That's a very low impression share. What's the locations we're targeting? So you could go in here and you zoom in. Those are all red as the excluded area, but this is what we're targeting right now for him. That's the area at this budget. And now look here. Now this is the keywords I wanted to get into. Search keywords, this is what we're targeting. Phrase match, of course. Here goes the search terms. This is what people are actually searching in Google. And here they are. This is impressions. This is the most references, golf lessons. So we did this is advanced. There's a single keyword ad group here. All right, don't worry about that. But so golf lessons NYC, golf lessons Long Island, golf lessons basics, Brooklyn we may not want to show for, but he's okay with it. Golf lessons Eisenhower, he's in Nassau County, he does it at engineers. Golf lessons near me, Queens, we're targeting Nassau. So golf training, all these keyword searches we're showing for are relevant to where we want to show. His ads, he has 2 of them. Of course, he has the location. But now look at the click-through rate here. This ad is performing golf lessons, and then we have that location. It has a 5% click-through rate compared to this one. So we'll go in and edit this responsive search ad here. We have a couple of things you want to focus on. The different campaigns, you may want a different campaign if he does air conditioning. The reason being is you're able to put different locations for different campaigns and different budgets for different campaigns. Right now, keep in mind, these 2 ad groups that we have under this campaign, we're telling Google we want to spend $100 between the both of them. It's not a 50-50 split. It's just whatever gets more, whatever the flavor of the day is, if you will. If more hot water heater repairs, it's going to eat up most of the budget. Now, if you want to designate a certain budget for hot water heaters compared to oil and gas heating, I'd separate into 2 different campaigns. Then they would be independent of each other. You can have a different budget per campaign. You can have a different location per campaign. And it's actually pretty easy to do. Here goes, extensions. Yeah, see, we didn't get into extensions. Extensions build upon your ad to make them actually larger. For example, like Anthony's reglazing, where was that one? Here. These are different extensions that we're going to show. Now, this is huge. Check this out. So, oh boy. The site link extensions. This basically is going to mimic your website. For example, you're going to do the name of the company, Prestige Home Heating. We're gonna grab the home page of this. We're gonna copy, we're gonna put this in here, we're gonna put paste. We're gonna say something about this, blah, blah, blah. The next site link extension we want, it has to be a different page. Oh, ding, 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 oil and gas heating. I'm gonna put in oil and gas heating. I can even, oh, we have a little bit extra characters, maybe even expert. I don't know, we'll get a little expert oil and heat, put the domain here, the domain name that it is. So we're gonna copy this. So we're building in extensions, we're building more, and it'll show you here what it looks like. These are the site link extensions here that we're building. Paste. And you can't use the same URL for each site link extension. So really, it all comes from the website. We have one site link, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do like a gallery for this one. We're going to do in the news. We definitely do a contact. So I usually just, whatever this was, I forget whatever that was. And then this one's gallery. And what I would do for gallery, now these different descriptions you want to put, like check out our awesome gallery. Say whatever you want to say. Use your own, you have 35 characters here. And then you're going to plop, obviously, we're going to plop the gallery, the before and after, the before and after. We're going to grab this URL, copy, and we're going to put it into this. And now you're like, oh no, I want more. Here, add, you could add, there's tons. You could, I don't know, there's 10. I've never gone above like, once again, it depends on the website. So you could add lots of site links. And you want to use extensions because it's going to increase the size of your ad. There's limited amounts of real estate on Google's first page, the search engine results page. So the bigger your ad is, the more real estate you take up, less competition comes in on that page, and you're able to dominate it. So do all the extensions. That boom, this is one. Let's hit save. It's going to get probably rejected. I didn't fill out some things. Let me just fill out some. Oh, dear Lord, paste. This. Let me hit save. And there's other there's other extensions here too. Let's just hit cancel for now. It's kind of that site link now. Call out extensions. I think I have like 15 of these. You could put the fully licensed and insured, expert hot water heaters. Now, keep in mind, every ad group you could designate this extension per the ad group. Right now, this is on the campaign basis, but if we want, we could do it on an ad group. Select the ad group, oil to gas. We're going to do oil to gas. Now, I'm going to speak to all oil and gas here compared to if I was on another ad group, which would have been the hot water heaters. So always be aware of which ad group you're building the extensions under and keep it as relevant as possible. The more relevant it is, then there's a quality score based on your keywords. The more relevant your ads are based on your keywords, based on your website, Google's going to reward you and drive down your average cost per click. The one person, the plumber that was paying $6, now paying $1.50. It's a beautiful thing because the relevancy between his website, his ads, his keywords, and his extensions, and everything built underneath that specific ad group. That quality score for those specific keywords like plumbers or maybe the hot water heaters, you're gonna here. This is the quality score, what it looks like. So if I go to keywords here, he only has a 5. This is his quality score. This is his landing page experience, his average, and this is his ads. The relevancy of his ads based on the specific keywords, above average, which you want. It's 5 out of 10, but even still, I mean, this example, he's only paying $1.37. We could drive that down lower. Yes, we want to get under $1. That's our goal. So back to this. I'll show you the other extensions. Structured snippet. There's a whole bunch. I think you do up to like 20 of these things. It depends on what you want to do. You could do courses, brands. I usually do like styles or types. It doesn't really, you have to choose one. Doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. You don't even see this word types here. But then you put in the values of the hot water heater repairs, maybe same day service. You could kind of even repeat a little bit of the call out. You could even pull up the responsive ad you built. You could even pull those phrases from that. So that's why I spend so much time on the first ad, is because you could pull lots of information from that across the board on the extensions, on the call only ad. Do your work on the front end. The keyword planner is going to be huge. In the beginning, keep it as relevant as possible, phrase match only at first. If you want to do broad, there is not one way to do this. Don't think like, oh my God, I have to do phrase. No, you can do broad, but keep an eye on it. You don't need you don't need to cap your max cost per click, but keep an eye on it. These are things I do, best practice, that's going to kind of shorten your learning curve and make you become as efficient as possible sooner than later. Because the last thing you want to do is, have a campaign of, like Ronnie said, your budget's your budget, and it's money, it's real money. So the last thing you want to do is just throw money down the drain here. It didn't work, forget it. So be very thoughtful when building this. And I know we got 3 minutes. Let me just go over a couple of other extensions. The location extension. This is linking your Google Ads account to this, your Google business profile account to your, like this guy, let's go to that path. This guy's doing, this is a little location extension. This is what it looks like. Now, this is probably his home address. If I had to guess, I would say this is home. I would recommend maybe, I don't know who it is, but I would recommend maybe not doing the location extension. There's no value added there. Because now we know he's in Mastic, and now I know maybe I'm in Mount Sinai, he's going to commute. Maybe if I'm in Nassau County, oh my God, he's coming from that. That's so far of a distance. It may turn people off, like like knowing where he is, in the sense where you are. Like, I don't want anyone from like Queens coming here. It's just, that's too far for me. So it depends, the location extension, whether if you're truly a brick and mortar, yeah, 100%. People come to you, they shop. You want people to come to your location, fine. But if you're home based, you may not. But that's I don't know who that is. I don't know the account, so I'm not really. This and a couple of other extensions. The price extension I mentioned. There's a promotion extension. I think Andy has a promotion extension on here. Well, where is it? Where the heck? Where's Andy? Here, if you go to extensions, here. See, I could have just showed you his stuff. There's image extensions as well. Sometimes they appear for campaigns, sometimes they don't, but this is something new, probably 3 months ago. Here goes dynamic images. They just pull call. There goes your call extension. Here goes, we have a location extension. He's in Engineers Golf. That's Engineers Golf in like Roslyn or something. Here goes his price extensions here. Here goes his promotions, ends July 31st, and this is what it looks like.
Brian, this was unbelievable.
Sure.
Okay, and so much information. I really want to thank you. I think we'll have to talk about doing something again, maybe in the fall. We'll deal with a different topic, but please answer the evaluation that Leslie's going to send everyone an email. The evaluation is in there, and I think also she'll have a form if you want to become a client. Yes. You can fill it out, email it back, and Leslie will get in touch with you and set something up. If you need anything else, let us know. Will, I forgot to reach out to you. Will is another one of our advisors here, and so is Brenda. I see she's on. So thank you, everyone, for joining.